Hello and welcome everyone. Again, we are back with Newton Gates concept theory classes. And today's topic is series and sequence. Now, from the topic itself, as you can see here, I have written 10, 11 as well for ICSE and CBSE board. So, most of the concept that we have in class 10 is carried forward to class 11. So, if we understand it well enough, series and sequence will be a easy game for us in class 11. So, without further ado, let us get straight into the video. So, first of all, arithmetic number or what we know as the sequence. So, let us see some patterns which we can see. So, 3, 6, 9, 12. Then we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. Same for 4, 6, 8 and 10. And then it has carried forward. And similarly, I have taken some more example as well. Now, as you can see, all of them are sequence. All of them are sequence because it follows a particular pattern. Okay, it follows a particular pattern. One has a pattern or rule in each sequence. We have done this in our lower classes as well. Like some terms are given, we see what it is saying, what it is trying, we see the rule and then we carry forward. So this is called the sequence. Sequence is a pattern which follows a rule. Okay, pattern can be anything but it has to have a rule, then only it is a sequence. Next. So, the numbers in the sequence are called terms. Each of these particular numbers which I had taken earlier is a term. So, we can use T1, T2 etc. for each of these terms. Like 3, 6, 9 and 12. In this example, the first term T1 is equal to 3 and the fourth term that is T4 is 12. The general term Tn is used to find each term. The general term as in the term which if we apply general terms means koi bhi yahan se if I take one term, it can be generalized. Okay. The general term as you can see for this particular sequence can be found by this formula. So, if I put n, any kind of number starting from natural number 1, if I started, you will see even 0. 0 plus 3, it is giving us 3. 3 plus 3, it is giving us 6. So, T2, that means, T2 means 3 plus 2. Okay. T1, 3 plus 1 equal to 4. T2, 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. So, as you can see, we are placing the value of n and we are getting the next value. T3 is 3 plus 3. T10 is 3 plus 10. So, we did not have to go sequentially, not like one after the other. We straight away just put the formula from here instead of n and we got the value. So, this is called the general term. With that, we come to know that any term in the sequence can be got by using the general term. The formula for the general term, if we use it, we can get any formula. Hence, now after that we have learned that what is a general term. Let us take an example to understand it further. So, Tn is equal to 3n plus 4. I have taken Tn as 3n plus 4. Now my job is to find the first three terms, that is T1, T2 and T3. We have to find these three terms. Now how we are going to find it? So for T1 we will put n equal to 1. So let us see what is happening. So yes, T1 is equal to 3 into 1 plus 4, that is 7. Next, T2, that is n is equal to 2. The same thing, if we put 2 instead of n, we get 10. And the third one is 3 into 3 plus 4, that is 30. So, T1, T2 and T3, these were the first three terms And how did we get it? We have just replaced n instead of this numbers. We have replaced n with 1, 2 and 3 and hence we have got the number. So this is also a sequence. The sequence, there is a particular pattern or particular rule how we are getting these numbers. Okay. So with that we come to arithmetic sequences. Now what exactly is sequences? Arithmetic sequence. Now again, if we look at this following sequence 2, 5, 8, 11, the first term is 2 and the common difference between the terms is 3. So the first term that you can see in this particular sequence is 2. And if I go further, I can see that if I add 3 to the previous number, I am getting the next number. That is 2 plus 3 equal to 5, 5 plus 3 equal to 8, 8 plus 3 equal to 11. And again if we go on, 11 plus 3 is equal to 14, 14 plus 3 equal to 17 and so on. So another thing, this sign of 2 dots given after this, it means that this sequence can go beyond. It can go infinitely. It can go on and on and on. If you add 3, it will go on 14, 14 plus 3, 17. Like this, it will continue. There is no end to this. So whenever in a sum you see that there are 2 dots or 3 dots, it basically means that the sequence is not ending at this particular point. Now with that we have the definitions of arithmetic sequence. That is, if we add a fixed number to any term, to get the next term is called an arithmetic sequence. So we have come forward from sequence to a arithmetic sequence. Not all the sequences are arithmetic sequences. Students, be very careful. Subsequence arithmetic sequence नहीं होता है. ठीक है? Like for example, if I take a 1, 4, then 9, then 25, 36 and so on. This also is a sequence, right? It is following a rule, it is following a pattern, but we don't have a common number that we can add or subtract to get this next number. So it is definitely a sequence but not an arithmetic sequence. Arithmetic sequence is only when we can get the next number by adding a fixed number. Okay, that is called an arithmetic sequence. So the first term in our formula later on we will be using it as A. The first term is known as A. The difference is called D. The common difference which we keep on adding is D. And D is found by the following rule. I have kept it very easy. You can take any term. कोई भी term ले लो. You want to take the first, last, whatever term you are taking, you have to take any term and the term before it. So obviously if you take the first term, उसके आगे तो कुछ होता नहीं है. So definitely the second and the first, the third and the second. So anyways, the 100th one and the 99th one. So any terms you take, you can get D using this formula. And that is the common difference which is added or subtracted to get the next term. Now D can be negative or positive. Not necessary that it has to be a positive. If D is negative, then it is called a decreasing sequence. But if D is a positive, then it is an increasing sequence. For example, this sequence, this particular sequence 2, 5, 8 and 11 is a positive sequence. D is positive here. 8 minus 5 is 3. So D here is positive. So that is why you can see that the number is keeping on increasing. But the same thing, if I take a sequence, suppose 10, 7, 4, like this if we take, you can see that it is still a arithmetic term, arithmetic sequence. But here it is decreasing. Okay. So D can be positive as well as negative. No doubt in that. If D is positive, it is increasing and hence the sequence also increases. It is an increasing sequence. And if D is decreasing, then it is a decreasing sequence. That is if D is negative. Okay. So, now we will get the general term. So, previously we learned that the general term there was a formula given and we applied the formula and got that. But that particular formula was for that particular sum. Now we will proceed to getting the general term for any arithmetic sequence. You take any arithmetic sequence, you put this formula, you will get it. See students, there are three important things to find in arithmetic sequence. I always tell this. First one is A, the second is the common difference, and finally it is the n, that is the number of terms it will have. We will come to that in a moment. Let us see. Getting the general term. Suppose T1, that is the first term, we have already discussed, it is A. So, T2 is obviously A plus D because we are adding D to it. T3 will be how much? A plus D, that is A plus 2D. T4 will be A plus 3D, A plus D plus D plus D. Okay. So, in this way, if you continue, you can see that we are following a pattern, a rule here. That is An or Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 D, where n stands for the number of the terms. Like the first term, n is 1. For the second term, A is 2, n is 2, and so on. So, Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 D. Okay? So, this is the general formula or the general term formula. Okay? If we follow this, we can get any term in a given sequence. So, let's moving on. So, finally, the general terms enables us to get any term in a particular sequence. This term is specially for arithmetic sequence. There are different types of sequence. This particular Tn will be helpful for only finding the arithmetic sequences, not any other kind. Okay. So, moving on. Here I have taken an example. 258 is an arithmetic sequence. Definitely it is an arithmetic sequence. Now, first of all, find A. Now, this is very easy. A is the first term in any kind of given sequence. It is the first term. So, A is 2. Okay. Let us see if we are correct. Yes, absolutely we are correct. T1 is equal to A and that is equal to 2. Second one, we have to find D, that is the common difference. Now, if you remember students, we had discussed the common difference formula in a minute. We said that the term, any term you take and the term before that you will subtract. So, let us take 8 and the term before that is 5. So, 8 minus 5 is 3. Okay? So, 8 minus 5 is 3. Let us see if that is the answer or not. Okay? Yes, definitely. So, instead of 8, we are taking here 5 also, the same thing. You can take 8 also, you will get the same thing. No doubt in that. Koi bhi term le lo, you can close your eyes and subtract the term before that, you will get the same thing. Okay? It's very easy. Arithmetic sequences are very easy if you understand the basic concepts. Okay? First thing first, 3 important things you have to remember: the A, the D and the N. Somehow you have to bring it from somewhere. Question में हो, कहीं से खींच के लाना हो, you have to bring this A, N and D from somewhere. And somehow it will be given in the question as well. Okay. Acha. Now let us find Tn. That is the nth term. We now know that this is A, this is D. So the nth term, how will it look? So we know by the formula Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1D. So we know A, we know D. So the Tn, that is the general formula, is 3n minus 1. Just put the value, you will get the answer. Nothing much or nothing extraordinary here. Okay. Now find T10. Now T10 means the 10th term. So we have this formula here, we have the formula for Tn here. So from here we can find the T10. So just put n equal to 10 here and you will get the answer. So putting n equal to 10, 3 into 10 minus 1, that is 29. So the 10th term is 29. We haven't written here. But we can find this formula. Right? So let's move forward then. So any term minus the previous term give us d. Again, as from the definition we had already discussed, any term minus the previous term gives us d. This line is very important. You cannot just subtract any number from the any number. Only the previous term. The second term will be the first one and the previous one will be the subtracted. Always. It doesn't matter if d is getting your negative or positive. It doesn't matter. But what you have to remember is, in a sequence, you will always take the later number and subtract the number before it. Okay? In that way, if you subtract, sometimes d will be positive, like in this case, sometimes it can be negative. But do not subtract even though, see, it's not elementary mathematics that my subtraction has to be from greater to smaller. Okay, we have done integers. Integers is done and dusted. So we know that the subtraction can be negative as well. So this very important trick is that most of the students have a mistake, make a mistake in their sums or examination purpose. That is, they always tend to subtract the smaller number from the bigger number. But that is not the concept of arithmetic sequence. Okay, the concept is we have to take the second term and we have to subtract the previous term from that. Okay, hopefully you will remember this, and then if you remember this simple tip, you will be able to solve most of the sums in arithmetic sequence. There is nothing in arithmetic sequence that is difficult. There are very small tips or tricks where people make mistakes. If you follow this video, you can get through it. Okay, chalo, let's begin with another concept then. Yes. Now, here I have taken another sequence. So this is a decreasing sequence, as you can see, 8, 5 and 2. So again, here A is the first term, the 8, it is the first term. So yes, A is equal to 8. Now find D. Now what did I say? D will be found by subtracting the second number, sorry, the first term, the term previously from the second term, or subsequent terms. If we take a subsequent terms, the second term will subtracted will be the first one and the previous one will be getting subtracted from this. That means if I consider 5, then 5 minus 8. If I consider 2, it is 2 minus 5. I will not see which one is greater or smaller here. Okay, I will see the position of the terms. So let's see if it is minus 3 or not. Yes, definitely it is minus 3. 5 minus 8, that is minus 3. Now, if you remember, I had said that what kind of sequence is this? D is equal to minus 3. D is negative. So it is going to be a decreasing sequence. See, even though if I don't look at this sequence right now, after seeing D, I can say that yes, it is going to be a decreasing sequence. Okay. Now, so again here also we will find Tn. You know A, you know your D. So let us put in the formula. What do we get? 11 minus 3n. Right? 11 minus 3n is the formula. So similarly T12, if we find, just put 12 here and we will get the answer. So 11 minus 3 into 12 and that is minus 25. Okay, so as you can see, this is a decreasing sequence, so it will go on and on and it will be slowly decreasing. Okay. Okay. So what if a sequence is given and we have to prove that it is arithmetic? How we will know that a particular sequence is arithmetic or not? So suppose a sequence will be arithmetic only if Tn minus 1 is a constant value. If I subtract the subsequent terms, every time I should be getting a constant value. And that is how we will know that a sequence is arithmetic. So here I have taken a general term, Tn equal to 2n minus 1. I will be proving that Tn is arithmetic. Okay. So So Tn minus 1 has to be a constant. So I have put here Tn minus 1. So instead of n, I will now have n minus 1. And if I simplify it, I get T2n minus 3. So subtracting it, what do we get? Yes, 2, which is a constant value. And hence, this is also the common difference actually. This is also the common difference of this particular sequence, 2n minus 1. This is the actual common difference. So, this is the constant we are talking about. Matlab, whatever term you take, after subtracting the subsequent terms, if we are getting a constant, then it is a arithmetic sequence. Okay? Okay. So with that, we finally conclude that if we are not getting a constant, then obviously the sequence is not arithmetic. Moving on. So proving that a sequence is arithmetic, again here we will take an arithmetic and we will, another example I have taken 5n plus 2, and we have to prove that Tn is arithmetic. So I will request the students that you try this on your own. Okay. So it's very simple, just like the previous one we had done before, like this one. Just put n minus 1 instead of n. So and then subtract. Let us do that. So yes, Tn minus 1 is 5n minus 3. So we have got Tn, we have got Tn minus 1. What is left to do? Just subtract this 2. You will see that you are going to get a constant here. Subtract. So on subtracting, we see that we are getting a constant number which is 5. So it is again a arithmetic sequence. So remember this, that whenever we are given any kind of sequence, if it is a constant, at the end of the day, if the difference between the constant is a constant number, then it is a arithmetic sequence. So now that we know that finding A and D is very important, how do we have to find A and D is our next goal. So here I have taken an arithmetic sequence where A is 2 and D6 is 12. That is, the first term is given and the sixth term is given. Okay? So this type of sums are very, very favorable for your boards and even in higher classes as well. So generally in this type of sums, either, see, I said 3 things are important, that is A, D and N. So out of these 3 things, 2 will always be given to you. You have to find the third constant variable from that particular formula we know about your nth term. Okay. So arithmetic AP has only 2 formulas. This one, that is for the general term, and for the sum later on, which in our video it will come. But there are only 2 formulas. If you just remember these 2 formulas, you can do any sums, and if you follow some tricks, you can do any sum. You don't have to memorize a lot of formulas or understand every concept. Just remember that somehow we have to find the A, D and N. That should be our goal. So here A is 2, that is for sure, it is the first term. So A is equal to 2, and we know that the general term is A plus n minus 1D. Now T6, if I put in the formula, T6 comes to be A plus 5D. Now this is an equation, A is equal to and A plus 5D, this is also an equation. So what we can do is, we can put the value of A here, so we will arrive with 12 minus 2, that is 10, and hence D is 2. So common difference, sorry, this will be 2. The value here will actually be. So let us move forward, and what do we have next? Again, let us take another example, and now we will see that how to solve this sum. Again, it is for your finding A and D. So here I have taken a T2 and T4. See, I am not taking A. Okay, the first term I am not considering, but I am considering the second and the fourth term. So, how will we find it here? Let us see. So, nothing else, just put the formula for T2 and T4. Okay, the general formula which we have for the nth term, just put them. You will get two equations and then you can solve it. Okay, so T2, what will happen? Just use the general formula. T2 is A plus n minus 1D, which is A plus D. Okay, let us see if that is the first thing or not. Yes, definitely it is A plus D is equal to minus 3. Then comes T4, that means A plus 3D is equal to 3. So let us see if that is the second thing. Yes, definitely A plus 3D is equal to 3. Now what does come in our mind? We have two variables and we have two equations. So what we can do is just solve them, just like simultaneously, whatever however you want, simultaneously eliminate them and you will get two values for A and for D. So I chose that, let us subtract them. Okay, so it's becoming like a simultaneous linear equation. So if we subtract, we get 2D is equal to 6, which means that D is equal to 3. Right, so the common difference we have got here. Now put in any of these two equations, we will find A as well. So putting in the first equation, I am getting A plus 3 is equal to minus 3, which is A is equal to minus 6. And hence Tn is equal to minus 6 plus n minus 1, 3. And here we get 3n minus 9. So this is our general term. See, as I told before, we will be needing three things and somehow or the other you will be given how to find. Okay, these sums are very easy. You just have to remember only one formula for this type of sum. All the types of sums you can solve it using this simple formula. Not even in class 9, even in class 11 we will be using this same formula. If you cover this exercise, if you cover all of this AP, you are covering 70% of your class 11 in class 10 as well. Okay. So, next is series. Now, previously we were just writing these numbers. We did not add them. We were not bothered to add them. We just wrote them in a particular order, particular following particular rule. But now, if we add those same numbers, they become a series. So, many students doesn't understand this basic difference between your sequence and series. Sequence is the pattern of number. We do not add them. But series is when we add those patterned number and we get a single number, right? That is called a series. So, in general term, it's a pattern. Sequence is a pattern and series is the summation. Okay. See, here I have shown you the difference. 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10 is a sequence, whereas if you add them, it's a series. A series is the sum of a sequence. So S1, that is the first term. Sn is to denote a series. That means S1 means the sum of only one term. Okay, now that will be equal to the first term, because if I take just in my sequence, if I just have 2, the summation will also be 2. We don't have anything else, so it will also be 2. So now S1 is equal to 2, so T1 will also be equal to 2. Now S2 is term 1 plus term 2. Okay, we are adding the first term and the second term. Here we will get 2 plus 4, that is 6. Yes, 2 plus 4 is equal to 6. S3 will be the first, second and third term being added. So that is 2 plus 4 plus 6, that is 12. So if we continue like this, we cannot go on adding individual numbers in general. So we have a formula for Sn as well. So this is the second formula we are coming, which we have to remember. Arithmetic series has only two formulas. The first formula which we have already covered, that is for your the general term. This is the second formula we are going to do, that is for your formula for Sn, which is n by 2 bracket 2a plus n minus 1d. This is the second formula I am talking about. So let us see, we need to know this formula for Sn. This is very important. This is the second important formula for our arithmetic progression. Okay, so this is the formula we need to know. Okay, next one is, we are taking the example of find the Sn of the series 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11. So if we just put the formula, a is equal to 5, d is equal to 7 minus 5 equal to 2. So this is the common difference and the first term. So now if we put in the formula, Sn equal to n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1d. So if we put them, we just have this 2 into 5 plus n minus 1 into 2, which we get 2n plus 8. Okay. So it is, if we simplify this, we get n plus 4, but even if you write it like this, that it is no big deal, we can write it like this, right? So using this formula, now we will find S12, right? That is the sum of the 12 terms, the first 12 terms of this particular series. We don't know the next terms, we haven't written, but we still can find it using this formula. Another important thing to know about this is that S12 or Sn is for the formula from the first terms, not from the end. It is from the beginning always, not from the end, right? So we are using this formula only when S12 or any kind of series, we are calculating it from the beginning. Okay. So we have put the formula, instead of n we will now put 12, and that will give us the sum of 192, and that is the sum of our n terms, that is the 12 terms we have in general. So that is all about arithmetic series. We need to know the concept, the formulas, we need to know this summation or for solving the sums of arithmetic series and arithmetic progression. So again I am repeating the same thing. It's a very easy chapter. We have only two formulas here which we need to know, and the three important things which we will be requiring for solving any kind of sums is A, N and D. Okay. So in our next video we will be talking about geometric series. Please follow that video, and if you like this video then please like, share and subscribe, and for more information you can follow this website and call us on the following numbers. Please like this video and please continue liking us, and please share your comments and feedbacks in our video. For your next geometric series, we will be uploading the next video. Please follow that. Thank you.